Okay, hello everyone.
Hello.
Okay, first I'm gonna ask you the first question. Please introduce yourself and tell us one thing about your project that you feel we must know so that we can understand your project. 请自我介绍，并告诉我们一件你觉得必须要让我们知道的关于你们项目的事情，这样我们就能够理解你们的项目。
Hello, teacher. We are for Little Monster Team. We come from Chongqing Yudashan Primary School. We are from grade 4. Hi.
We are from grade 5.
Hi. It's really our honor to be here and have the interview. The community problem our team chose to solve was depression.
Okay, so my next question is, explain how you contributed to the completion of your project goal. 解释一下你们是如何达成项目目标的。
After discussion and research, we have developed an action plan and timetable. Meanwhile, it's our first time for a team. How to do teamwork is very challenging, for we have strong personalities. As time goes by, we learned to use SWOT method to analyze and combine the advantages of each team member to carry out specific actions.
Okay, so the next question is, what promoted your interest in your area of concern so that you choose this topic for your project? Or how did you select your project topic? 是什么促使你们对所关注领域产生兴趣，以至于你们选择了这个主题作为你们的项目题目？或者你们是如何选择你们的项目主题的？
You may be curious about why we choose this topic. In the early days of teamwork, we came up with many topics. However, the final choice was depression because it's a both unfamiliar and familiar topic for us. On the one hand, we use PCA method to help us choose the topic. On the other hand, there happened a scene that really touched us. One of our classmates got depressive thoughts from time to time. He didn't want to talk with anyone and go out. He just wanted to stay at home alone. As friends, we really wanted to help him. According to the survey, 70% of patients in Chongqing have received medical treatment. Most of them do not know they have symptoms of depression. People around them didn't notice at all. Moreover, most primary and secondary schools do not carry out activities related to the prevention and the treatment of depression. Therefore, we want to attract social attention through our efforts so that more people can understand what depression is, know how to prevent and deal with depression, so as to reduce the suffering of people who have depression.
Okay, thank you. So the next question is, what step in problem-solving process made the biggest difference to your project and why? 在问题解决过程中，哪一步对你们的项目产生了最大的影响？为什么？
We feel that implementing the plan has the greatest impact on our entire project. It's also the hardest for us. The reasons are as follows. First of all, we all know that it's easy to plan, but it's too hard to take actions, because in the process of implementation, there will be many uncontrollable factors and many things are more difficult than we think. For example, at the beginning, we went to the community to hand out leaflets. Many people just threw them away. Some people thought we were for fun and didn't recognize our activities. It's frustrating. Secondly, we need to communicate with all kinds of people in the process of action, such as experts, community residents, community workers, and so on. Because we don't know how to communicate effectively, sometimes our planned activities would fail. Thirdly, with the implementation of the action, more and more students join our project, which makes us have enough time to energy to carry out the activities and expand our influence. However, how to organize the team has become our new problem.
Okay, thank you. The next question is, what problem-solving tools did you use in your project? Which one was the most effective? 你们在项目中使用了哪些问题解决的工具？哪一个是最有效的？
The tools we used in our project are Scamper and ALOU. In the early stage of teamwork, we used Scamper to help us generate ideas for community problems, but we like ALOU best because when we have different ideas, we can use these to analyze advantages, limitations, overcome, and the unique feature. It can help us to choose the best one.
Thank you. The next question is, how has COVID-19 impacted the completion of your project? 新冠疫情对于你们项目的完成有什么影响吗？
Since the outbreak of COVID-19, we can't go out and have to stay at home from January to April. We originally planned to carry out activity in more communities, but we had to put off. This made us really sad.
Thank you. Next question is, how did you overcome the challenges of the pandemic as you worked to complete your project? 在完成项目的过程中，你们是如何克服这次流行病带来的挑战的？
We make full use of the advantages of online publicity to expand our influence by regularly posting articles on WeChat subscription. At the same time, we made an advertising DVD and publish it on the internet so that more people can understand us, and let them know that if they feel depressed, they can find us through WeChat or make a phone call at any time for the help of experts.
Okay, thank you. The next question is, did you require funding for your project? If so, how did you raise money for your project? 你们的项目有资金需求吗？如果有的话，那你们是如何为项目筹集资金的？
We don't need money in the early stages of our actions. Before we conducted community advocacy. To be honest, we really need money because we need to make flyers and other promotional things. Therefore, we call on our team members to call for donations in the community and schools.
Okay, thank you. The next question is, besides COVID-19, what obstacles did you encounter as you worked to carry out your action plan? 除了新冠疫情，你们在实施行动计划的过程中还遇到了哪些困难吗？
We meet lots of obstacles in communicating. You know, we need to communicate with all kinds of people in the process of action, such as experts, community residents, community workers, and so on. Because we don't know how to we don't know how to we don't now know how to communicate effectively. Sometimes our planned activities would fail. We ask the teachers and the parents around us for
Okay, thank you. So the following question is, how did you overcome these obstacles?
We ask the teachers and the parents around us for advice and also learned some communication skills from online videos, such as being a good listener and increasing eye contact.
Okay, thank you. So the next question is, how did your community accept or buy into your project? 你们的社区是如何认可或者是购买你们的项目的？
We tried to contact the students whose parents work in the community. With their support, we had the opportunity to carry out publicity activities in the public areas freely.
Thank you. The next question is, if you make presentations to community groups, what did you think was most challenging about the presentations? Why? 如果你们给社区做宣讲，你们认为整个演讲中最具挑战性的是什么？为什么？
I think the most challenging thing about public presentations is to overcome fear. Most people are nervous about speaking in front of the public, but it would be very hard to overcome the fear. But I know as long as we have enough practice, we can overcome the fear in the end.
Thank you. Next question. How did you publicize your project if you did? 如果你们对项目进行了宣传，那你们是如何做的？
At the same time, we realized that few people know about depression, and we, as children, have less influence. Simple knowledge propaganda was not enough, so we decided to take online and offline publicities together. After establishing the WeChat subscription, we could post articles and activity news about our actions. Thus, more and more families can know more and learn how to react to depression. We also design many promotional items, such as t-shirts, brochures, posters, and so on. This is the logo of our alliance.
Thank you. The next. All of us have great expectations for what we do. What expectations did you have for the success of your project? 我们对自己所做的事都有很高的期望，那你们对项目成功有什么期望吗？
We hope that through our efforts, more and more people will pay attention to this topic and deeply understand and learn relevant knowledge. We expect that each community can set up an activity center to help patients with depression at any time. Our schools in Chongqing will regularly carry out some depression-related activities so that students know how to react properly.
Okay, thank you. The next, have you been surprised by the results of your project? If so, what results surprised you the most? Why? 你们曾经对项目的成果感到过出乎意料吗？如果有的话，那是什么结果让你们最出乎意料？为什么？
Yeah, you can't imagine how happy we are. We can't believe that our No Depression, No Darkness Alliance has grown from 4 students and 3 teachers in the early stage to more than 1,000 students, 70 teachers, 800 parents, and 4,000 residents.
Thank you. The next, what were the most rewarding moment and the most disappointing moment for you during your project? 在你们进行项目的过程中，对你们来说最有收获和最令人失望的时刻分别是什么？
Up to now, we have also received 47 thank you letters from community residents who said that they understood what depression is through the lectures, depression knowledge carried out by us, and when they have depression, they know how to deal with it in the right way.
Those who had depression symptoms before said, I recently saw and tasteless in the past. They didn't want to participate in social activities at all, but now they are much happier. They prefer to go out of the house and communicate with their friends and family. What a good news! We are so proud of ourselves. However, we are also very disappointed when people around us don't understand and community residents refuse to participate in our activities.
Thank you. Next, since you submitted your project report and addendum in April, what else have you accomplished? 在4月份你们提交了书面报告和附录之后，你们还有做哪些事情吗？
Not only do we post articles on WeChat subscription, but also help some students through the online chatting. Because of the novel coronavirus pneumonia, many students have negative emotions at home. At the same time, we have posted our advertising videos online to let more people know our contact information.
Thank you. The last question is, what plans do you have for continuing your project to make the project sustainable? 为了使项目持续发展，你们有什么计划来继续完善你们的项目吗？
On the one hand, we will call on more people to join our alliance and elect the next officials. On the other hand, we feel that we should form a long-term cooperation mechanism with the community and hold regular activities.
Thank you so much. I have asked all the questions. 非常感谢大家，我已经问完了所有的问题。For the last requirement, because I see some of you showed us your logos. 刚才有一个同学给我们展示了一下你们的 logo. Could you come closer and show the logos to the camera? 你们能不能有一位同学走近一点可以让评委看清楚你们的这个 logo?
This is our logo.
Okay, thank you. 好I see you have some posters. Do you want to show us or you wanna do something else? 我们看到你们刚才拿了一个这个展板，你们是想要现在展示给我们吗？
Let me introduce our activities to you. We not only give some lectures on depression in class, but also invited some experts to give lectures on depression and self-awareness at school. Furthermore, we entered 5 communities including 山水丽都 and 保利山学 to carry out the knowledge publicity activities of depression. We set up a depression group in the Community Cultural Activities Center. If residents feel sad or upset, they can come to us at any time. We will help them to relieve their mood and reduce their negative emotions by drawing, listening to music, chanting, and so on. It's really cool. We organize group fitness activities in the community to help people have a positive attitude